Hi everybody, this is Wake Angel 2001, and a few of you will probably remember about a year and a half ago when Courtney did an unboxing video of the SNT figure that I made for her. Well, now that I've made a new SNT figure, I figured I'd do something new and original here on YouTube. That's right, we're gonna do a boxing video! Not the kind that involves punching things. This is the kind where instead of opening a box and taking stuff out, we're going to put stuff into a box and close it. So I have the rookie in SNT right here, ready to go through the process with all of us. Are you ready? Alright guys, let's switch over to live action mode. Okay, so here we are in live action mode. I'm sorry I don't have a noise isolated studio because I live in an apartment, but it's relatively quiet today, mostly because of the the thing. So the first thing you want when you're doing a boxing is to pick the right size box. If you get a box that's too big, then you're gonna spend needlessly more on shipping, which really you only want to resort to a large box when you're actually shipping a large item. But you also don't want to go too small. A box that's too small can more easily get lost or crushed during the shipping process, and it doesn't really save you any money, as any box with all of its dimensions below 12 inches really pretty much has the same cost to ship depending on weight. So getting a smaller than normal box isn't going to save you anything, and it's going to put your package at risk. So now your perfect size for a shipping box is something like this. Yeah, it's a nice little standard box. All of its dimensions are less than 12 inches long, so it can qualify for first class shipping. And it's large enough that it won't get lost or accidentally crushed underneath a different package. So the bottom is taped closed, so we're all prepared. So now we gotta prep the things to go into the box. Alright, so here's Rookie and SNT all ready to go to their new forever homes. Now, a thing with the custom painted figure is that it's, been painted. And although I'm confident in these things being able to stand up to being posed and stuff like that, I'm always concerned that that the compression they go through during shipping might cause their parts to rub against each other unnecessarily, so they might accidentally scratch themselves. So, a simple little thing I like to do is take an ordinary napkin and just tear a bit off, just like this, and I will demonstrate with SNT. Put the arms up in a little bit of a T-pose, and then wrap the tissue around the body and put the arms back down. This way, if it goes under compression, the arms won't rub against the torso and scrape their own paint. So this is a nice simple way to make sure that their custom figures arrive at their destination undamaged. Of course, it's also important to make sure that they have a nice soft place to be so that they don't go slamming into themselves or anything on the inside of the box. And that's where we bring out the bubble wrap. So you just lay them down on the bubble wrap and wrap them up like a little bubble wrap burrito. And use an ordinary slip of Scotch tape to keep the bubble wrap from, unrolling. And you know what? I think I'm gonna put a second layer of bubble wrap on this one because this first one feels kind of flat. Yeah. Double bubble burrito. So that should keep SNT nice and safe during the shipping process. Alright, now we have our next step, getting everything into the box itself. So, as you can see, we have here our two little bubble burritos, and the box is significantly bigger than the two of them are. So, you don't want them to go bouncing around in there, because even bubble wrap or no, things can still get dangerous during the trip across the country. That's where you come through with some filler paper. Yep, this is just like ordinary crinkly tissue paper. It's probably making quite a lot of noise. So you just... The sound of tearing and crinkling paper must be really upsetting people who are listening to this with headphones. I apologize. So, you simply loosely... Don't wad it too tightly or else it fails as what it's doing, which is providing its job as an impact supporter. So you put your payload in with your crinkly stuff, and then you put some more crinkly stuff on top of it. You want it to be packed tight enough that nothing's going to jiggle around, but not so tight that you're crushing your own payload. So this should serve to hold everything in place. So give the flaps a little test close and give the box a good shake. Yep, nothing but the faint rustling of a little bit of paper moving. No knocking of anything hard. So we now have a box that is properly packaged. Next up, we gotta go with the addressing. Okay, so the box is packed, but we need to seal everything now. Now, a trick I was taught by my mother was to always put a backup copy of the person's address on the inside of the box. That is just in case something were to happen and the box were to accidentally open or the exterior address were to be damaged and become unreadable. There's at least one final chance that the people who work at the post office could know where it's supposed to go. And the format of an address, at least here in the US, looks like this. You gotta have the first name and last name front and center. I know your name is actually kind of important because they require an ID to pick up mail in post offices just in case they have to go get it there. And if the name on the address doesn't match the name on the ID, it can be a real pain to pick a package up. Then you gotta put in the building number, the street, and if applicable, the apartment number. And then below that, the city, the state initials. For example, my home state of New York would be NY. Your local state will vary. And your zip code. This is your standard address format for the United States. I know international formats are quite different, so just brush up on how to make your addresses proper so that we can make sure that nothing ever gets lost on translation. Now, in Courtney's case, I'm putting her address between these two pieces of cardstock because, you know, like, I'm doing this in front of a camera, which will be posted on YouTube, and I don't want anybody to get her address. So, you know, that would kind of be doxing, and doxing is bad. So, once everything is in the box, you have to seal it. Now, you can't use Scotch tape for this, because this will just tear right off. You gotta use good, powerful packing tape. So, can I do this in front of the camera? And yes, I bite my tape. I'm a caveman like that. Okay, so get a good bit of surface area on one side of the box. The more surface area the tape has, the less likely it is to peel off. Then making sure both parts of the lid are touching each other. You pull the tape across. Get a nice good seal there. And then, same thing down the other side. Yep. And that way the box is not gonna open on you. Nice, sturdy, everything's good. And that is where you put on the address labels. And again, putting on the address labels is not something I'm gonna do in front of camera because, you know, it has personal information on it, and we are not doxing here on Wake Angel 2001's Custom Toys. And there is the lid of the completed package. Courtney's address is covered up by post-it notes, and my address is covered up by my little demo address. But as you can see, the labels are big enough that they're easily legible to postal workers, but there's also a large amount of clear space on the box lid so that they can apply the stickers. Because at the post office, they track everything with barcodes and QR codes and stuff, so, you know, Like, the computers don't actually read the addresses. They need to put barcodes for the computers. So make sure you always leave enough room on your lid for that kind of thing. So with that said, the only thing left to do is weigh it so we can calculate how much the shipping will be. Okay, so this step is optional, but because they can do this for you with the post office, but I like to get my shipping weight in advance because, you know, I actually, charge the shipping fee. So we take our box with no visible labeling and we place it onto a handy dandy digital scale, which I purchased at a local discount store, and we find that we have a weight of oh, can this thing even read the LCD screen? I honestly don't know. There we go, 7.9 ounces. So now I would go to the USPS website, usps.com, and I would, I would put that weight in along with the zip code that it's going to, and they'll spit out the shipping cost, which I will then send to Courtney so that she can pay it, and then she'll get her stuff. So that is the process of preparing a box so that it can be shipped to someone who's probably going to do the unboxing. So there we go. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off.